Hello, and welcome to this quick tutorial on how to name multivalent metals and how to write multivalent metal formulas. If you guys have not already seen my website, there you can find more videos on how to name or write formulas for different types of compounds. And as well, you can find this identical video and the rules directly underneath on the website if you cannot see in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Multivalent metals are metals that have more than just one charge, having multiple valences instead of just one. On my website, you can find the reference page that has the common multivalent metals. Today I'll be using the example of copper, which is Cu. It is one of the multivalent metals. It has the charges of +1 and +2. So from starting out, it is hard to identify whether or not a cation, so the positively charged element, is a multivalent metal or not. So it's something to practice and as well to get used to. So to write the name of multivalent metals, it's actually quite similar to writing ionic compounds. There's just one more step. So the first step is to write the name of the cation first and the anion second. So the cation being the positively charged ion and the anion being the negatively charged ion. So we know that copper is a metal and it is positively charged, so it will be written first. And we have phosphorus, which is the anion, negatively charged, which will be written second. So the first step, we're just going to write the name of the element only. No modifications. So copper and phosphorus. The second step, what we're going to do is we're just going to change the suffix, so the ending of the anion only, making no changes to the cation. So the anion being phosphorus, its suffix, so its ending, will change a little bit, and its ending, instead of us, will be "-ide". So step 2, copper, phosphide. Now the third step that is different from multivalent metals and with ionic compounds is that because a multivalent metal, so in this case copper, has more than one charge, we are going to identify which charge is being used by using Roman numerals. So we're just going to put the Roman number in brackets after copper to know which charge is being used. Now, since we know that copper has a charge of +1 and a charge of +2, we know that when writing the formula, we always crisscross the charges. And so we see right now that phosphorus, which we know already has a charge of -3. So when we crisscross, the 3 from the phosphorus goes to copper. However, we can see right now that phosphorus does not have a 2, but it has a 1 because it's simplified. So this means that we are actually using copper with a charge of +1 instead of +2. So for the third step, we'll be using the Roman numeral 1. Copper, in brackets, 1, phosphide. And the fourth step is just a helpful reminder that when you're writing the name of the compound, it is not capitalized unless it's in the beginning of the sentence. So the capital C becomes lowercase, keeping the Roman numeral, and the capital P becomes a lowercase p. And copper 1 phosphide is the multivalent metal name for Cu3P. Now we are going to learn how to write multivalent metal formulas. So previously we just learned how to name multivalent metals, and now we're going to work backwards to find the formula. So the first step is to indicate the elements that are in each compound and to identify the cation and the anion. So we have iron 3 chloride. We know that iron is the cation and chlorine, is the anion. So that is the first step. No need for writing anything. So I'm just going to put that over here so we don't forget. Second step is write the formula of the compound according to cation first and anion second, similarly to the ionic compound. So we're going to write the element symbol of iron and chlorine. So iron, which is Fe, and chlorine, which is Cl. The next step is, because iron is a multivalent metal, it has more than one charge. And previously, since we talked about how to name multivalent metals, we said that we indicate the charge of the cation with Roman numerals. So in this case, iron has the charge of +3, and chlorine has its normal charge of -1. So we're going to write these as a superscript. So this is a combination basically of step 3 and step 4, because we have already identified and realized that iron has the charge of +3. So step 3 and step 4. So iron has a charge of +3 and chlorine has a charge of -1. Now, step 5, we're going to crisscross the charges of each element to the other so that they become subscripts. So this 3 crisscrosses, and this 1 crisscrosses, and it's going to become Fe1Cl3. And the last step, step 6, is to just simplify the charges. So we can leave the 1 for iron, however it is not needed. So we're going to get rid of that 1 and the 3 stays the same. So we have FeCl3. And that is the multivalent metal formula for iron 3 chloride, and that is how you write the multivalent metal formulas.